Welcome to a Sunday Live. My name is Daryl, along with this guy over on this side. It's always the opposite on these cameras.
Yeah, hi Daryl, how you doing?
Simon, how are you, my friend?
Good, good. Yes, here I'm in my luxury office, so it's a little bit cold. I've got my fleece on, trying to keep the energy bills down, obviously at the moment. So yeah, I'm well. Apart from that, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, doing very well. Is there some truth to that? You really do have your fleece on to keep the energy bills down
No,
for the
it's just freezing at the moment. It's just been
Oh,
really cold
wow.
outside, so I'm just yeah keeping warm. Maybe I'm getting old. I think I'm catching you up actually, so I'm getting a bit
You're
cold these
catching up
days.
to me.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, these grays don't come without hardship,
Yeah,
that's for
that's it.
sure. So,
Yeah, long paper
uh,
rounds. Yeah.
well, congratulations for being here today because you folks are going to get some really great knowledge and great information regarding things like Mass Website Builder, SEO things about Webflow, which we're going to talk a little bit about
hmm
today. So it's all benefit to you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing and liking the video. If you're watching this on the replay, do appreciate that as well. Anything new in your life this week? I had the puppy last week, and then this week it's just been learning how to be a a puppy
Puppy
parent
parent.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got two dogs, so I've gone through all that, and I've got two kids, but they're both at university now, so I'm kind of past all that stage. But yeah, it sounds like you've got a little bit
I
more of that
I forgot how
to
much
go.
mischief they can get in such
Yeah,
a
yeah,
short
yeah.
period of time.
No,
You
they're
know?
great. They're great fun, but yeah, sure,
Yeah.
they're like little babies, aren't they?
And our puppy Olive is pitching these fights with the cat, which is like four
Oh
times
no,
bigger than her.
oh
That's how
no.
small she is.
Yeah,
She's
she's
like,
minute, isn't she? Yeah, tiny.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's just a little pint, and the cat is just like, I'm just like, when is this gonna end? Like these two are she's the cat is like hissing at her and all this
No,
crazy
no,
stuff.
ain't gonna end well.
So we're doing that, and then I tried to bring her to the office. Like I had the little setup for her to be here in the office the first few days because I wanted to make sure we were watching her, make sure we potty training, all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
And oh my gosh, I walk out of the office, bark, 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 and I'm
yeah,
like, there's people around here. I don't want that, you know.
yeah. You get thrown out. Yeah,
So that was one of the crazy things. But the adventures of adding a puppy to the mix. If you ever want to, relive the joys and also the the challenges, that's a
yeah.
lot of
Oh,
fun.
there
But
you go.
no, she
I'd
was
have
great.
more, but I've got two already. But yeah,
Yeah,
get
we
through
took
it.
him.
You
We
can't
took
have
her
too
on the
many.
road
Yeah,
trip yesterday.
yeah.
We drove for about 5 hour drive round trip, and she did great. No, getting sick or anything like that. We just took her out, and she was doing good. So I'm really happy. Like we were talking about last week, we were joking about kid puppies do lead gen for you.
Yes.
Maybe I could get this puppy to do some lead gen. Uh, so
Yeah, well, I'm working on a carpet cleaning campaign. It does actually feature puppies because I just think like dog owners,
yeah.
have a lot of mess, need the carpets cleaned. So yeah, I'm going with that. I think it'll work.
That's funny. That's funny. Awesome. Well,
Cool.
thank you guys for being here. We're gonna do some check-ins with some people that have dropped by. We got the first person, Nabla, saying hi. We got L Couch saying hi. Good day. We have Don saying cheers and hello. And we got Steven CX3P Social saying greetings and greetings back to you. And Rekis SEO, thank you for being here as well. So thank you guys. We've got a domain giveaway that will be taking place later on. I will upload the domain list. I didn't do that before the show, and we were talking too much, but I'll kind of show the domain list here.
You've got a
James,
whole 55 minutes to get ready, Daryl, haven't you? So
yeah,
you'll find some time.
there you go. Woodflooringprices.com, discountcleanup.com, quiz bonus back from last week, and waterheatingprices.com. Are the domains that are up for grabs, some definite good lead gen. And we're going to talk about lead gen mass page websites that look really compelling when it comes to the idea of conversion. Like I think a lot of times with lead gen, it's the balance that you need to strike between having the things on the page for SEO and also not turning off people, right? Because it is that balance. How at the top of the fold, that real estate is so important on a page. And how is it that you give Google what it's looking for as far as, um, the information, but then also make sure that you have something that the user will click around and spend time with and fill out the form with and things like that. So it's not necessarily a conundrum, because obviously user signals come first above everything else. So if you can build something that users engage with, that's the best thing I think you can do. But at the same point, I think a lot of us have these ideas in our heads about SEO and keyword density and all of these kinds of things from years and years and years of playing the game with Google. And so how do you fight that, right? How do you get the balance and trust the algorithm will figure out what your page is about without explicitly throwing in a stack of keywords in a pile, right? What are your thoughts on that, Simon?
Yeah, it's definitely always the balance between getting people onto the page and then converting them. And sometimes SEO can put people off, because if a page is just full of keywords and it looks unnatural, it looks inauthentic, and people don't want to trust their details by making an inquiry or adding an email or whatever else. But yeah, it's definitely a fine balancing act. And I think mass page is even more of a challenge, because obviously a lot of the pages are going to have repetition and themes and maybe some spun content as well. So you've got to make it look natural for people to to convert. So yeah, we'll cover off a little bit this tonight, both in what I'm talking about and also what you're talking about as well. So it could be a good discussion.
Great. Well, welcome, and thank you guys for being here. We always chit chat a little bit before we get started, as people are kind of winding their way in here, and I'm getting my chair adjusted, ready for a program here together with you. This is Sunday Live. We start this at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, 10 o'clock BST, I guess it is.
Yeah, UK
and
time.
all over the world, people watch. We have viewers that tune in from Australia, from the UK, from the US, Canada, all over the place. And we watch, so many different people watch on the replay that you'll find on the various channels that we're on. As you can see from our thumbnail, we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, Twitter. So a lot of different places. So even if you see only 5 or 10 people listening, all of these kind of things come together, and we appreciate you spending some time with us on this Sunday to talk about and listen to all of these various topics. So thank you for being here. All right, exciting week. Simon, get to play around with a thing that starts with W and ends with flow.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'll let me put my slides up, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about that. So this, I always like to do some slides, as you guys know. This is even more freeform than normal. People last week said they liked a bit of freeform, so we'll see how it goes. It may be completely incoherent. It might not be. Let's just see how we go. So, so I'm talking about mass page design using Webflow. Yeah. So look, I'm not a web designer. I've twiddled around with some WordPress templates. I can make my way around Squarespace and Wix and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not a coder, and I'm not a web designer. Yeah, so Webflow is something that's pretty new to me. In fact, I hadn't really used it properly until yesterday, so a lot of learning. But I spent quite a few hours just playing around with something this weekend. So what I'm doing in these slides when I have my slot is just talking about some experimental stuff. So the last 3 or 4 weeks I've been talking about AI content, spinning, different software and different techniques, making PBNs and stuff. So this week we're going to talk about page design. Yeah, so the question here is, can you make a mass page builder like Enterprise, which is something that Darren and I both use, a number of you use as well, and can you make it look like more of a local website? So the answer is thankfully yes, for the purpose of these slides.
Yes,
It'd be bad if it was no. And Enterprise have launched a new feature, which I'm going to talk about. I mean, it's been around for must have been 6-7 weeks, I think, actually, but I've only really just got into it very recently. And just so everyone knows, Enterprise is a cloud-based mass page builder. It can build millions and millions of pages, millions of words of content using AI. The out-of-the-box template that comes with Enterprise, the page design, is basically a blog, and I'll show you what one of those looks like in a second. But there's a new feature called Add Tools, and it allows you to add basically a fully detailed page design template on a campaign level to your site, which is pretty amazing. Hopefully I'll bring that to life when I show you what I'm talking about in a second. And it basically allows you to use Webflow or other themes, but the Webflow is what I'm using as a designer, to create a regular landing page. So let me just show you a couple of things. So I'll show you what a standard Menterprise site looks like out of the box, and then I'll show you how I can use Webflow templates to shape and style that page, and then I'm going to show you how I've made it look a little bit like a mass page site that I'm aware of. We'll check in on that. So let me just come out of this a second and let me go into this. So hopefully you can still see my screen, and you can see how to house train an 8-week-old Boykin Spaniel puppy in Michigan. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah, so this is on my test domain, goodblogs.net, and this is a Menterprise campaign all about puppy training. Yeah, so I'm just playing around with this, and if you use Menterprise, you'll be familiar with this format. So it always has the kind of name of the page there. It has links to categories, and a lot of interlinking happens with Menterprise. This is a spun or a title that's basically uses different variables to create things. So this is different, and this is different too, and as is the breed of the dog. So there's all these things you can put into Menterprise, very clever, and it creates these different things. So I've got all these different questions. I've got a video. I've got images. I've got categories and stuff. So this is all great. But if you're writing a blog about a puppy, this would be fantastic. But if you're writing like maybe a more of a local site, like a plumbing site or carpet cleaning or something like that, a blog is not typically what people expect to land on. And I believe that people are less likely to convert from a blog like this unless you've got some links or something in here that is quite compelling compared to a regular kind of what they expect to see, which would be a plumbing site, like a lead gen plumbing site, which we've seen. So it's not doing down this format. I think for some things it's going to be more appropriate. So if I think about one of the sites I really like, which is a regular site, I don't believe it's certainly not made on Menterprise. I don't think it's made on Magic Page, but we've talked about it before. It's called jrop.com. So this is what I think is the most successful mass page site that I've come across on my travels. I'm not counting things like, I don't know, Yellow Pages or other stuff like that. I'm just saying a regular site. And this is like number one in the towing niche, but it's also got lots of different things for locksmiths, jump starts, all the rest of it. Yeah. And when we reviewed this a couple of months ago, it's a very nice site, and I'm not doing it down at all, but it's a very simple site in some ways. There's a significant amount of interlinking and the significant number of categories. And when you go into the categories, the pages look very much like this. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but nothing particularly dynamic. I think you'd agree. It's got some interesting features like embedded text, which is unique to the page, images. It's got a map. It's got information about local area. It's got a video, the same video on every single page, even though there's like 100,000 pages, and lots of links. Yeah, and we know this ranks very well, because if I go into here and look in SE ranking, I mean, when I looked at this with you guys a few months ago, I was going, oh yeah, it's getting like, $300,000 a keyword value a month. It's amazing. It's now on 1.4 million dollars. Actually, that's pound. Yeah, amazing. Look at that.
Yeah.
And it ranks on 75,000 keywords and 500,000 estimated traffic. It's just jumped up astronomically. It has a lot of backlinks, although the backlinks have not grown significantly over the year. They're pretty stable. But when you look at it, tow trucks near me, tow trucks, cars for junk. I mean, look at the volume. I mean, it's an absolute beast. So if you ever want to look at a mass page site, unfortunately, it's not my site. I wish it was mine. I probably wouldn't share if it was mine. But if you try and backwards reverse engineer it, when you go into the pages, and this is one for everyone that says duplicate content doesn't rank. What you'll find is this Albuquerque page. If you go into this, the text is the same, apart from locations have been spun, and they do it quite a lot. I mean, you could say it's stuffed. It's certainly a very high density for Albuquerque. I'm just highlighting them here. And it goes down like here. So in the headers, in the text, they use a lot of bolds, which I think is helping them. They use bullets. And that's it. But if I go into the next one, I go into algodons, same format, and if you're in the same category, it's all the same. So I'm not doing it down. I think this is amazing. I wish I owned this site myself, but this is an example of Mass Page really working, delivering very significant volumes with a very simple formula, which is a lot of consistency in the headings and repetition of the keyword, location, and text. Yeah, so that's all good. So why am I showing you this? Well, it's until Menterprise released this new feature, it'd be very hard. Well, it'd be impossible for me to create a styled page like this. I'd have to go to the one I just showed you before, which was my blogging page. And I think you'd agree it would be harder for me to convert a towing website with this kind of format. It's just not what people expect to see. So let me go in this. So in this new function with called what I'm now going to flip over is to Webflow. What I can do is I can choose from one of the many Webflow templates. I can build my own from scratch, or there's some wireframe ones, and there's also some free ones. There's some purchase ones that I've got there, and I can choose lots of different designs. And actually I can take this image, this design, so here's one here, and I can actually apply it to Menterprise on the campaign page. And then obviously if I go through it and then change some of the variables, and remember, if I look at JROP, I don't need to change actually a lot of the variables, because a lot of this text can be the same and still rank, because we know we've just showed you a site with $1.5 million worth of monthly keyword value. But if I can go through this and convert it and put in the headers and use some of the variables of Menterprise and some of the Menterprise content to put into it as well, I should hopefully have a good recipe for a Mass Page site. So if I go into here, I'm gonna get to the point soon. So
it's good. You're good. This is good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're. But you know, I get on a roll, and you know, let me
take your time on this one, because this is really good stuff.
Yeah. Cool. So look, so here's a design, yeah. And if you have a paid subscription to Webflow, you can change all this around. Well, you know, you can change it for free anyway. But if I put in like some variables that I know are programmed into my Menterprise campaigns, when those go in, I can, you know, start building our page. And this is actually very similar to, if any of you are familiar with Magic Page plugin, this is a kind of similar thing. You take an existing website design, you take some of the variables and you change them, and you create your magic page. So this is kind of what we're doing now with Menterprise, but able to use the styling, which is cool. So what I do here is I export the code. You've got to have a paid subscription for this, which I think is something like $20 a month for the platform to be able to do the editing. And then you zip it up, and it takes all of this information, and then you press download. Now I've already downloaded it and uploaded it into Menterprise, so I'll basically flip over and show you what I've been doing. So if I go into my campaigns here, I can basically take that code. So if I go here, this is the new feature here, extra tools. And this is really quick actually. So if I get demo code, it just basically uploads it. That's it all uploaded. And then what I can do, I'm not going to do, but when I import this, the images are not going to be there, because obviously the images are hosted elsewhere. But what I can do, which is really cool, is replace all these images with my own links to replicate the design. So I could copy that was already there, or I could put something else in, like my client's logo, my images, whatever. Or, and we haven't tested this yet, but I'm hoping we can test this with Imagefly. We might be able to put in Imagefly links as well to be able to create them, and then we get the script. And because Menterprise is cloud-based, we basically can just go into this campaign, paste it all here. And then when you press update, that's it. No, that's it saying 401. Okay, well, I don't know why that. I haven't got time to work out that, is it? It worked half an hour ago. So anyway, basically, if you go into that, it'll paste in the design. Yeah. So if I just show you, I'll have to refresh this now. There we go. What'd you say, Daryl?
Never test anything live. Believe me, I'll probably screw up something too. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear.
You know, it's funny too, because a lot of these things leverage the browser. Like our stuff leverage the browser as well. And so
it doesn't matter because I've got it all
yeah.
ready anyway. It doesn't matter, but look,
Yeah.
fine. So look, so if we imagine we had that design. Now, if we go back to what I was talking about before, what I was going to show you is I've actually been trying to copy the JROP landing page because I know the format works. I know it ranks on hundreds of thousands of keywords. So I was playing around with it earlier on, and what did I put it in? I think it was in one of these. I recreated it. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. So look, the exercise I was just talking to you about. So I basically went, I spent a couple of hours on this earlier on, so it doesn't all work, but you'll get the idea. So I put in the Menterprise shortcodes, I put in the JROP phone number and whatever else, and I put in some other icon. I haven't matched the colors up, but bear with me, I'm not a web designer. And I put in all their text, and I put in city. So that's obviously going to be the in Albuquerque things that we saw. So what I'm trying to show you is we can create a page now that's very much like JROP in Menterprise in a way we couldn't do before. So this is what the code looks like at the back end. I've changed some of the images. So there's the map. We saw the map. I've been able to recreate that, put a flag in. I've been able to put a video placeholder in. They had a video, and these links are still JROP links, but again, I'm just showing you what it looks like. And I was able to put in these logos. So it wasn't. I didn't spend all that much time on it, but it shows you that you can get fairly close to a local landing page just on this new method in a couple of hours. And if I had a bit more time, I'll be able to make it a little bit better. So if I go back over to this where I know I've loaded up already, here we go, car locksmiths. So this is what's been brought forward. Now I've not been able to fix the image in there, but the header. But if you saw on the original design, it had like a kind of a guy working on a car before. But I'll fix that. But there you go. There's the there's that there, and I'm going to put JROP on the screen. I'm not suggesting to you guys copy JROP. I'm not trying to do JROP down. I think it's fantastic. I'm just using this for the purposes. It'll be deleted afterwards, but it's just to basically show the principle. So here's my site. Here's the JROP site. So you see I've got the kind of key elements in, yeah. And then there's the text there, yeah. I'm hoping that Imagefly will be able to help me with this image overlay soon. I know Daryl's working on that.
So wait, how did you do that image overlay? Was it just
that's theirs? I haven't done it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Imagefly, yeah. We could actually throw that in.
You could do this, yeah. So I think that will be straight in, which is great.
Yeah.
Obviously, Menterprise handles links automatically, so these would all be linked in as well. And then I've not been able to replicate everything, but many of the things are very similar. I'll fix that image. There's the video. So I'm just saying with a bit of effort, you can make it look right. So that's totally different. And actually, here's the Menterprise content here, which I'd again restyle, but I can hide it if I want to. So look, there's a tab, so you can hide the Menterprise stuff behind the tab if you want to. If you want to show, this is all AI generated stuff. And then you get to the bottom. So that's that's a way of basically using Webflow. Now, this is just the design I made up, but the one I was trying to download and show you from a professional, you could carry that styling over. And once you'd linked up all the images, I think it would look like a very impressive landing page. The Webflow designs are very modern, and the thing just goes straight in. So you see all of it in the full design, which is pretty impressive.
Nice.
So that was it. So yeah. So that's. I'm not going to try and go back into Menterprise publishing after my browser crashed, whatever happened there. But it was just to make the point that whilst you may have this kind of blog format on Menterprise, you can now actually create a landing page. And I think that there's an interesting thing of an opportunity is that you can now make it like a fully branded client site. So this could be their logo, all their colors, all their links, their images. And I think this could be completely styled up. So anything you can do in Webflow, if we go back, any of these different designs that you can choose from, and there's hundreds, you can just put straight in there. So they've got, like, in my opinion, very, very modern designs, and they've got loads of them, so you can take your pick. So I think it's very exciting from a Menterprise point of view, a mass page point of view, that you can have something that's going to look, it's going to look like this. As an example, I'll just load this up here, and with all the animation and everything else will be all carried over. but in a mass page format. And I think that's really compelling. And once I get a bit more time, I can test some stuff. It'll do all this. So all these things here it can carry over, which I think is pretty amazing, really. So
Absolutely.
should convert
Yes.
more. Do you think it's going to convert more?
Well,
Fancy
I
like
do
this?
think,
Yeah.
and it gives you the flexibility. I mean, Menterprise, I still say, is very new because there's really nothing quite like it that I've ever seen as far as the scaling that you could do.
Yeah.
So the idea that you can actually take the Webflow, power of that, um, and that you can go ahead and make it more attractive and also have mass page elements. That's sort of the best scenario, right? Obviously. Yeah, so it's very cool. Very cool. Good job.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, yeah.
Take a
And I
look
think
at
a
what
lot.
other people are saying. Anybody? We got
Yeah.
some highs, got some good long tail keywords. Can Webflow create static pages, HTMLs? Yes, that is like the main reason Webflow exists is to create static web pages. But by pulling it into Menterprise, you can have non-WordPress websites that are mass pages. Okay, and I'm going to talk about MWB, which is also the same kind of thing. Is they're non-WordPress sites. Now this gives you guys a lot more options than just having to deal with the limitations and the maintenance of WordPress when you're dealing with sort of a lot of different web pages, right? Everybody wants to have the power of mass page, but you don't want the headaches of WordPress all the time. And if anybody wants to say an amen to that, let us know, because that's why I bought MWB, so I could actually offer this to you guys, because I really think that WordPress is good, but I don't know. I mean, when you have hundreds and hundreds of websites, I think it starts to become almost like too much overhead.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's Webflow. You can take Webflow and host it on Webflow. You can pay extra and have it there, or you can export it all and use it on another platform. And in this case, you can basically put the template into Menterprise. You can put it into another platform and just have it as a static page, or you can have it in this and have it as a dynamic variables through mass page. So yeah, and I think also Menterprise supports different pages as well, so you can add custom pages in. I think you're going to be able to style them as well. So I think over time it's going to be possible to have an about page, a contact me page, regular pages that are not mass pages alongside your mass page dynamic pages. So yeah, I think it's pretty exciting, but this is sort of hot off the press.
Nice. What did somebody just say? We just got
An exporter. You can export it from Webflow to and then you import it into Menterprise. You can't export it from Menterprise, no, if that's what your question is. Can Menterprise also create these mass pages in HTML? You can't get it you can't take it out of Menterprise, no. I mean, you can get the code out of Webflow, yeah, but you can't export from Menterprise, no.
Nice.
Cool. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you for that presentation. Anybody else have any questions? Feel free to jump in here. So yes, Don is correct. Yeah, the maintenance price to deal with WordPress, there is definitely a price to that. And I mean, especially with all that's going on in the world, WordPress has always had a lot of vulnerabilities because of all these plugins. And so like if you can get away from the plugin world and into straight code and make sure your PHP and all these kinds of things on your server are up to date, you're going to be, I think, in better shape. ImageFly is going to help you with SEO with the images. We can talk a little bit more about that as well. This is a good transition to also show in contrast Mass Website Builder and what it can do as well, because it's drag and drop, similar to how you can do with Webflow. But you can also, we're going to have a way that you can use Webflow into Mass Website Builder as well. So, all right. Great.
I was going to
Thanks.
say also, yeah, just one of the things is when you apply that campaign, if you've got a campaign with say 50,000 pages in the campaign, we paste in the new Webflow code. It's there instantly across all 50,000. I mean, it really is. You know, it takes 30 seconds or something to apply. So you can also replace things, move things around, replace text and stuff. So it's a pretty flexible thing compared to some other things. If you're exporting everything static, you might have more challenges, I guess, doing in that way. But you know, pros and cons, horses for courses, I guess. But yeah, so like just said, yeah, I mean, we can't go over that all just yet. But obviously, we've been talking about mass page building and making styled pages on Enterprise. But probably best to catch you on the replay just to be able to do it justice, I think. But yeah, hope that helps.
Yeah, we so anybody that's kind of just joining from the outside world, we basically talk about different techniques to get organic traffic with on-page abilities and things like that. We call it the mass page world. My website is mass.page, and the community is about basically everything from my products to Simon's products and services, where we're helping people to get more traffic that they don't have to pay per click for all the time. And so that traffic can turn into leads and all of that great stuff. So we also talk about domains a little bit on here. So awesome. Well, thank you, Simon. I really appreciate that.
No worries.
Next, I wanted to talk a little bit about Mass Website Builder, and had some really good things happen this week. So I'm really excited about that. I'm going to, let's see if I can pull up the, seems like I've got too much going on here on this tab. Let's see, view this tab in StreamYard. Hold on a second. See if I can do this properly here. What is this tab? Mass Website Builder. It's really hard to know like which when you got too many tabs open. Let's see if we got this. Okay. All right. So this is Mass Website Builder on its new cloud server. We had to, one of the things we've had to do is make this thing relevant for higher levels of PHP and things like that. We also had to make it work with ImageFly, which is a new product we have coming out, integrate with our API for our spin text as well. And so basically, Mass Website Builder is going to be sort of the centerpiece of all of our tools. So you can kind of use mass.page to access MWB. If you've already bought MWB as a legacy lifetime person, you should pat yourself on the back, because this is going to be pretty valuable to you. You'll start off as the pro level, which is an upgrade from what you originally purchased. So you will get additional, good things that you'll have. You'll be able to download, of course, the pages like you've been able to do, but you'll see these other things on here that you may want to take advantage of as we sort of lay those things out. So basically, what I want to show you guys is a little bit of, a lot of people are like, well, what is Mass Website Builder and what is this thing all about? And so if you take a look here, this is inside the control panel. You have projects and you have domains. All right. And right now we have like 2 domains on here, but as a cloud person, you're going to be able to attach much more domains and subdomains. So you can do a full root domain, or you can do a subdomain. And like in this, like proudly.me that you're looking at right here, you can go ahead and change this to a different project immediately and be able to change it. We're going to change this a little bit because we want you to be able to have thousands and thousands of projects. So this isn't the best way to do this, but you'll be able to just switch it, and then the website changes on the other end. All right. But for some people, they don't quite know everything that this thing does. It's a lot like Magic Page plugin in that there's a location field and there's a region field for like the state, and then there's like a service field. So in the you have basically, you can have multiple services on here. We don't have it set up for that right now, but if you take a look down here on this about, you can see location and services. These are variables. Okay, so you have like cities list, This is going to give you 5 city lists. This is going to give you 5 just cities listed. This is going to give you the longitude, the latitude, the zip, region, and country. They'll all show up in those places. Okay. Then you have you can put them into headlines, and you can have spin text. So all of this spin text here, if you take a look, this is all done with Siphon AI. Okay. And so all of this text came from Siphon AI, and it will then create a page. See how it ends here? And it ends here. So we have these /ends just as a breakpoint, but we'll be fixing that up. But this is all created spin text from Siphon AI, and we're going to have this integrated. So when you have Siphon, you can right click and just change the text, okay, to spin text. There is a way for you as well to add in a header like JavaScript tracking codes and things like that into these pages as well. So I'll show you that. So anyway, this has got spin text in it. It's got headlines in it. And then I'm going to show you what the front end website looks like. All right. So we're going to go to the front, and we're going to see this is attached to proudly.me. We click on proudly.me. And let's see if you guys see this tab. Share this in the tab. Okay. So this is the front end. So this is the resolving of Little London, East of England test services. That is the niche. And then you go down here and you see the variables resolving. You see Little London test services. You see this is a list view of those 5 cities. This is the horizontal view of those cities. This is the latitude, longitude. This is the region right here. And this is the town. So these are just testing. All right. Now, if you go here, you're going to see this is where the spin text is involved and the headline is involved. And I grabbed this article from Article Forge, and then I rewrote it with Siphon AI. So I put it into Siphon and just rewrote it, and gave me all this text, and I put that text into the page. So let's see. You guys can't see me clicking around. So anyway, so here it is, and it resolves the spin text for you. So on this page, once you put it in, it's resolving that in the page. Okay. So now if we go in and change the city to Knight's End, you'll see Knight's End, and then you'll see everything else changes, right? And you'll see the text here is going to change because it's all spun, right? And you change it again, and Peace Hill, and you have all of the power of all of this kind of stuff. So, taking from what Simon was talking about, it's almost like you got Webflow inside of Magic Page plugin inside of Enterprise, kind of all into one. And it's not like, all of this stuff is going to bring together a lot of the other tools that we have. So this is like, instead of just MWB, it's kind of MWB Cloud, because this is all hosted on a cloud network, and you'll be able to literally clone a site, change the location, and have the spin text create another site in less than 20 seconds. I hope you followed that. This you don't have to worry about plugins. You don't have to worry about themes. You can literally set up a site in seconds with this, because of the fact that it does spin text, it does the fields, it does all of that stuff. Now, one other thing that I want to share with you is inside of here, it's also compatible with Mass Website or our Mass Page form. So like if you're in here and you go to the variables, let's see if you can see the variables here. Yes, variables over here, you can import in a CSV file that comes directly from our form. Okay, so all of the information you put in the form could then be put in, and we're also looking for a way to do it directly, so because it's all part of the same, system, to be able to kind of send it directly to here without having to import, export, and all that kind of good stuff. All right, any questions on that? And then as far as this, like code integration, you have header code and footer code, which is great. It also the short codes will work with it. So you can put in your schema in here. You can put in your tracking codes, all of that kind of stuff as well, which a lot of people, would want to be able to do. And then you also have the SEO. You have, you can set up page titles, and these includes short codes as well. So you can have all your pages have keywords, descriptions, and titles, and all of that. And then you can build multiple pages as well. We recommend pretty much doing a single page, as far as getting the fastest results, because you can change that really quickly. But over time, we'll be able to make it so you can change the entire campaign with multiple pages on it. We're just not fully there yet.
Got a couple of questions, Daryl, just to highlight. Uwe from Top Ranking Solutions is saying, can MWB export HTML websites to upload onto Amazon AWS? So can you host them yourself? MWB?
Yeah. So so here we are with this website. You can download this website. All right. And then you have to put in what your site is going to be. So let's say https:// we'll put in mass.page. Okay. And we're going to download this. I haven't tested this, so this is because I haven't been focused on this part of it. But this should make all the files for us and download it for me. Do you see? There we go.
Yeah. And that's your intention, isn't it? That's what you're designing.
Yeah.
So So I think the answer is it yes? You will be able.
Yeah.
To do that?
Let me pull this over to another screen and show you what just was produced. So we can stop sharing here, and I will share with this. That's the whole intention. Is your pro plan will be allowing you to download the files and host them where you want to. So here's the files that we just got, and looks like it's gonna open in Explorer.
I think for clarity, Darren, my understanding is, I mean, you're the developer, not me, but my understanding is it's going to be cloud and export. So you can either host it yourself, yes,
thank you,
or you can buy the cloud plan and it runs in the clouds. You've got both options, yeah.
Right, exactly. Cool. So here is, let's see, hold on, I just lost it. Hang on. So if you look, these are the files, right? And so if I go to, this is download zip. Okay, what I have to do is unzip this puppy, extract all, and here's the website. And we're gonna right click and open with Chrome, and let's see what happens here.
You love a live demo, don't you, Daryl?
Yeah, I do. I love breaking things live. Yeah.
I'll just do, whilst you're working out, I'll do a couple of shout outs. So Magic Marcel is there. Good to see you, Marcel. Stephen saying just while Daryl and MWB team. So that sounds good. So CX3P, Stephen's good. James is he's going to ask, how does MWB work with other types of national offers? Say, does it work with affiliate offers or cruise vacation sales or other things?
Sure, it can. Take a look, guys, here. Like if you look inside this folder, now here's the services. Now you have all these individual pages made, and you have an index file for each one of them. Okay. So all these pages are ready to go for all these cities. This is the miracle of MWB, is that you'll be able to have all of these pages pop up, and you'll be able to open them up and go into them. I hit Dreamweaver. It must be.
So just want to say that, a couple of Magic Marcel is saying you guys are wizards. He's asking if you can drop QuickBlog into one of these as well. I don't know if you've tested QuickBlog in it, but
yeah, you can do anything with HTML.
Yeah, HTML.
Yep, you can do anything with HTML in here as well. So I can show you guys a way to do that because you have total code access to the code. Like somebody was saying that they want to use this to make the pages, and then they'll adjust them afterwards if they want to. But the nice thing is if you have the cloud version, you can keep changing it, and it's hosted.
It's dynamic, isn't it?
It's immediate. Yes, it's ready to go immediately.
Uwe is asking just a follow-up question. He's saying that the exported files are PHP, not HTML, so he would need PHP posting on AWS. Only HTML files are allowed.
That's right, but we're working on it because most of this PHP is also, it's just HTML inside it. So we're working on a way that it'll just be HTML so that you'll be able to do it into like AWS. I haven't we haven't figured that part of it because we've been worried about the other parts of this as well. So
yeah, who is saying he likes Amazon for SEO reasons? So it's the domain power of Amazon.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is for what? I mean, for the speed, ours is on cloud too. So what's the difference? Like,
is he talking about domain power? Is he talking about domain authority? Is that what he's thinking?
Oh, okay, domain authority to just.
Well, it just says domain power. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. As far as the power of the domain, I don't know how sustainable that is, but yeah.
Like in the sound of HTML anyway, so that would be great. So that's all.
Yep, definitely.
Good.
I mean, that's the whole goal of this. And let me just remove that. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is these images will be also processed with ImageFly on demand. So when you put them in, all right, you'll have your campaign for that image, which will put in your keywords, your information in spin text and all that kind of stuff. And so your images, when you put them into here, will be optimized as well. So there's some key benefits. Like I'm putting all my secret sauce into these pages. So you'll have that benefit if you get MWB, which isn't fully available. The only way to get it right now is to get it through being an enterprise user of mass.page. So if you're interested in that, go to mass.page and sign up as an enterprise. We still have at the top the lifetime plan, which is available only because we haven't launched this to everybody, so it's still pre-sale. So you get the price, it's going to be like $2,000 more once it's launched. So the enterprise is the way to go. If anybody has any questions, just reach out to me inside the community or Daryl.chat. So the pages are lightning fast. Yes.
Just following up on James's question, and I think this relates to design as well. So could you use the MWB for anything like affiliate, like other things? And I know because you showed me behind the scenes, you include a number of different page designs already. But my understanding is you can add new designs and configure things yourself as well. Is that true?
Yes.
So you can use it, you can configure it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having a way that we'll be able to take your design and make it exclusive to you, so you have your own personal library of designs. We'll be able to do that. I'm going to also see if we will be able to make it so we can convert a Webflow into a single page design as well. I'll see if we can do that. Is this an extension of Mentorprise? No, this is my own product. Mentorprise belongs to a guy named Paul in Australia, and I've been working with him, and we built this mastermind, and we do talk about Mentorprise. I've been affiliate with Mentorprise before I owned Mass Website Builder, and so now that we have Mass Website Builder, obviously we're still going to promote Mentorprise, but Mass Website Builder has its own kind of space that it takes up as well. So just want to give you guys the opportunity to understand. See, one other thing to keep in mind, the differentiation is Mentorprise won't come stacked with my tools in it, like ImageFly and Siphon. Siphon does the spin text, and it can do rephrasing right inside the builder. Okay. ImageFly can make the images dynamic with text on them. It can also put in the IPTC data and EXIF data directly into the images so that they can help these pages to rank better. And it also can compress them really, really small so that they're really, really fast. And that will even work for your downloads. So when you're downloading the pages in PHP now, but someday HTML, those will be really, really great as far as the way that they download and they're hosted. One other thing too is there may be a possibility, because if we can get this to download into HTML, you could use this to kind of author as just a page builder itself, to author HTML pages with all of our processing and all of our tricks and tools, and put them into some enterprise, put them into other tools, because you'll be able to just kind of do that. But as far as the location pages and things like that, you're gonna probably want to keep it within the Mass Website Builder community in architecture. Yeah. So you guys are kind of see the picture. I've been working on this for quite a while, and a lot of what you see, or a lot of what's in MWB, you can't see yet, because we had to take things out to bring this onto the server, because there was a whole redo that we had to do. The code that I got was old, and so we had to make it work for today. The code was about 6 years old, and so because it had been upgraded and stuff like that, so we had to redo a lot of things to make it secure and to make it as fast as it is right now.
Ian's got a question about costs. Are you ready to share any costs yet, or not on cloud hosting?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm open-minded to getting some ideas from you guys. We're going to have to do it in blocks of sites. So let's say, for instance, for cloud, maybe you get 50 sites, 100 sites, 500 sites, and 1,000 sites, let's just say. And we sell them in little blocks, and then you pay per number of sites that you want to have on here. And so we haven't come up with what the pricing would be, but the cloud is also going to have some other advanced features as well. It'll be a bit like the enterprise plan, because it does have access to Siphon and ImageFly and things like that. I believe the Pro plan will also process the images. That's what I had intended. All of the images will be processed so that they take up less space. And so that when you do convert over to cloud, if you go to the cloud version, it will be much faster, and nothing has to be like reprocessed. It'll be ready to go. We built ImageFly really to help out with this product. Once we got a hold of this, I was like, I want to put ImageFly into this.
Got a question here from James. Another question. Was his question answered? I thought we had answered it. Maybe he popped away for a cup of tea or something. But
what was his question?
Well, it was about affiliates. Can you use it for affiliate? And
oh,
I think
yes.
Said yes. And you can also change the design and reconfigure it. And I think the answer is yes. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, you can use 100%. It for affiliate. You can use it for any kind of website you can imagine. Just imagine, like, the variables are important. Like, what variables you have is these are currently using locations based on a zip code and things like that. I'm not going to get ahead of myself, but you know how I can make things work with other things besides locations. So
I think the answer is yes. Maybe it's a watch this space, James, or maybe pick up with Daryl. But okay, watch this space. Walter, hello, Walter. Good to see you. Can you build MWB pages for a monthly fee for a business?
Let me think on that one, Walter. I don't think I have any licensing thing that I'm concerned about at this point. So let me think on that, Walter. I'll get back to you on that.
Cool. Okay. CX3P's excited. Been there from the start. Who is using to create pages for clients in many locations. Put on a location list of the database, create mass pages, put on AWS. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Don.
And to answer James Powers' question, I think what he's referring to is the idea of not using locations, using some sort of variable. The answer is yes, 100%, because what you can do is, you can basically take any variable that you put in and make that be the thing that you're building the pages off of those variables. Okay, so I'll explain it when it gets launched. you'll be able to do that. But right now it's set up based on locations, because that's real easy for the typical mass pages. But the other variables could be, window manufacturers, or brands, or something like that. And so you'll get into that. I mean, this is all the framework for all of that kind of stuff.
Cool. Another question from Uwe. Can I use MWP or be for pages located in Germany?
Yep. We'll add other countries if needed. That's no problem. Right now, it doesn't have Germany, but I don't see why we couldn't do that.
Yeah, if there's demand, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds great. Anything else you want to say on Imagefly, or any other many projects that you're working on?
Yeah. So Imagefly, I don't have anything new to show this week. There were some changes made on Siphon that I might show here, if you don't mind. Let me just pop this up. And let's see here. So if you're a Siphon user, and let's see, I think that we've given you guys access to it down here, Siphon Preview. But you can like search something in here. So let's put in photography, Simon. Oop. Say your name right? H-O.
Yeah, I've worked with you for like over a year now.
Yeah,
you can't spell my name. H-O-G-B-E-N.
What is it? H?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's colleagues.
I'm
working
slow
together.
Guy.
Yeah,
is it
B-E-N?
B-E-N. Oh my goodness.
I love it.
I can't type. All right, so let's see what comes up for you. Okay,
I'm a bit worried. So what might come up? Yeah.
Yeah. So here's some pages. Okay. So let's just get rid of Facebook and Instagram. Let's take in Simon.
You've got some SEO stuff in there, so I'm not quite sure what you're gonna get, but yeah, go fair enough.
Right.
Yeah,
let's just get rid of some of this junk. All right. So here we go. We're gonna fetch these URLs. Let's see what happens. Do you see my page?
I don't think there's much content on these pages. I don't SEO my SEO site. You know that.
Yeah. Let's take a look. So now it's going in and fetching these things, and it's going to rewrite these what it captures on here. Because it's not a if you right click, you can see now there's 10 different ways that you can say this particular line, right? We're working on making the scraping work a lot better. This is just an experimental site, but if you go like to back to Siphon AI, if you put in the content right in here, it does a really great job. So if I go to Simon, because I'm picking on you today here.
Yeah, I don't like
really
this.
picking on myself.
Feel exposed, yeah.
You need more content on your page.
That's a home page. You don't rank the home page. I've got a 4,000 word venue page in there. If you want to have a look at that under venues.
Venues. Oh, let me look for
top
that
right venues. Northeast weddings. Northeast weddings.
Let's take a look at that. Ooh, look at that magic page. Look at that. All right.
There's loads
in
there. Yeah.
Take a look at this here. Oh, you got some little bit of spamming going on there.
You mean spamming? This is page. This is zipped up to page 2. This is gold.
Okay, gold. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll spin that puppy.
It's called local relevance, Daryl. You might want to, just look it up. Google it.
Oh my God, this is what you hear when we're off mic.
Look, exactly this. Don's saying, "Are we best?" No, I just work with a guy. That's as far as it goes. Yeah.
Oh my God. What did all right, so here, look at this is all in spin text, right? And then if you go to output, I'm sorry, the editor, you can right click and you can change it to whatever. So this is like gives you a lot of different options, or you could just take the spin text and put it into your website. But we keep adding new features and testing them out, and then this preview is going to replace the Siphon AI. And here is we just sort of trying to rebuild it from the ground up. this tool here has a lot of stuff in it, but sometimes we're having some reliability issues with it. So we were trying to build it from the ground up, that just feature by feature, and see if we can improve it. So any feedback you want to give us on Siphon SpinText demo, please feel free to get a hold of me. All right.
Awesome. We've lost your audio there, Daryl.
Oh.
We lost you for a second. I think you knocked yourself off the stream.
Can you hear me?
Can hear you now. Yeah, you're back on.
Okay. Yeah. Make sure that you guys get into the school community. It's go.ht/sk to get a personal invite from me. We have 131 members in here. We've moved people over from the Facebook group, but we have about 700 people in the Facebook group. So we still have a long ways to go to get people over here to our the school group. But this is the one that's updated now. And these are where the conversations are taking place, is school.com/mass page. And I will just throw this in here to everybody. And hopefully that helps you out. So, oh my goodness, what time is it?
It's time for the, yeah, it is, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'll go ahead and prepare. If you want to like a little bit recap what we've talked about here.
Yeah, I can recap. Yeah, we've been talking about, I guess, this idea of creating styled pages that help conversions, particularly if you're doing mass page on a local site. So it talks about how Menterprise has a new Webflow import function, so you can style up the pages and add in the variables and create pages that look like some of the other mass pages that I showed you, which is pretty good. So I'm only just into this the past day or two, so not a great web designer, but even for me, I think it looks like a pretty interesting way to change that. And then we continue the theme with Daryl giving his update on MWB, which obviously includes both cloud and exports for hosting, and there's some discussion about that, and a number of different templates that Daryl already supports as well, a number of different niches. So it looks like Daryl's bringing together MWB, ImageFly, Siphon, and the form, Mass Page Tools form, to be able to create mass pages. So there's obviously quite a few things that we all use, and obviously there's Magic Page plugin as well, and I use that too. So yeah, quite an interesting discussion, and great to see everyone's contributions and questions today. It was really good to have that input. So thank you very much for that. Good to see some new people as well as our regulars. So I know Lyok had some questions about, can we talk in the future about more domain stuff and some things like that. So we'll aim to cover off those things. So if you do have any suggestions, please get in touch. Please join the school community, go.ht/sk, so you can reach out to me, you can reach out to Daryl, and chat about anything mass page or SEO related there. I know Rakus earlier on said he was hoping to catch up with you, Daryl, about his domain that he won recently. So I think Rakus, if you do go through the school community and message Daryl directly, that would be a good way to get in touch with him, I'd suggest. And yeah, any other names, please add them in now on the wheel of names. Daryl's typing away feverishly. Got a good turnout today, so that's great to see. I was going to say on Menterprise, if people have any questions about Menterprise, I'm always happy to have a catch up with people just to explain a little bit more about it. If people do want to buy Menterprise and go through the link, go.ht/ment. If you buy through our link, I'm happy to give you a one-to-one, and you also get the benefit of joining Daryl's monthly mastermind group as well. So if you have any question about Menterprise,
and training as well.
Training.
I have all the training in the back end, so you'll be able to get access to that. And we're always growing and learning with Menterprise. I think that it's one of those things where it's a bit like sports car meets experimental jet meets magazine creating mass page / you can build anything kind of thing.
We're doing a lot of testing at the moment. That is fair, and that's probably come out in the last 3 weeks, because I'm certainly testing different things. Got quite a few different campaigns, a few new domains that I've started on, and this Webflow thing's another thing. I'm going to develop my own template and try and build that out. So yeah, I think there's more to come, but the Webflow stuff is, for me, it's a bit of a game changer, because the idea of being able to build 100,000 branded landing pages, and publish them in 15 minutes is pretty cool, to be honest. So yeah, we're gonna be playing around more with that stuff, yeah, for sure. So names. I'll just do a quick check up just to make sure everyone's got
Colin,
that. Did we
Michael
we got Rackus in there? Rod is Rackus.
Michael Norris, Rackus, yeah, Rod K. I have to make sure I have him on here.
Yeah, he's not there. Yeah.
Yeah, Rod
Nabila was watching from about Q2. They were the first. He or she, they were still at the beginning of the show, waiting in the lines. That was great. Good to have you on board. Marcel, got Marcel. Yeah.
Putting people's names in. Steve Cruz is in. Let's put him in here.
Hey, Steve. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Got Uwe. Yeah.
I did get Michael on here. Thank you. All right. I think we're good. Jorge, I didn't. It's just saw good stuff, but I put you in here. If you want to give away the domain to somebody else, CX3C. Yeah.
Stephen C. Yeah, he's there. Yeah, Stephen C. Yeah. Walter.
Walter. Yeah.
Walter. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've got James. Have we? James Power.
James Power. Okay.
Oh no, you've got. Yeah. Sorry. Apologies. You've got James Power number 3. Ian Cameron asked a question. Is Ian still with us? Don't know.
See.
Yeah. Okay. That looks like it, really. Michael N. Did you get Michael N? Just somebody, a couple speaking at the end there. Right. Okay, we've got a full house then. Looks like.
All right. I'm gonna put Ian C on here, and if he's willing to show up afterwards. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and spin this wheel. Let's go ahead and flash the domains again. What's up for grabs? Woodflooringprices.com, discountcleanup.com, quiz bonus, and waterheaterprices.com. If we go and we take a look at name worth, we have water heater prices at $14.50, quiz bonus at $17.50, discount cleanup at $14.50, and wood flooring prices at $12,500. And then if we go to Estabat, I haven't looked at these yet. Let's see here. Okay, so we have some search volume here and $408 on water heater prices. Is that right? And then the other ones, they have SERPs, but they don't have the value according to this one. And then if we went to GoDaddy, take a look and see what GoDaddy says. GoDaddy always says the same thing. I really don't know why they even bother, but they're always like, this is 1,000, this is 1,000, this is 1,000. Yeah. So GoDaddy says quiz bonus $13.52, water heater prices $13.04, water heater wood flooring prices $10.29, and discount cleanup $11.60. So that's what we got. Wheel of names. You guys ready? Let's double check to make sure there's nobody else.
That's it. Nobody else. We're all good to go.
All right, spinning the wheel, and let's see what it lands on here. Might be Walter.
Oh yes,
it is indeed Walter.
Good job.
All right, Walter. If you're watching or listening, congratulations. You've got this. I know how to get a hold of Walter too, so he can reach out to me if he just tuned out. But Walter, congratulations. You get to pick from one of the domains that we have up for grabs on this Sunday Live as a special gift to you. Wood flooring prices, discount cleanup, quiz bonus, and water heater prices. All of these things can be used for lead gen, including the quiz one. I actually got that domain so that I could do a lead gen quiz for social media. And then you give sort of like a bonus, like sort of a lead gen type of lead magnet. And you give them that bonus for filling out the quiz form, and that creates a lead. So I think that there's some positive opportunities there. Congratulations, Walter McCrae. If you are still there, just let us know. And if you want to reach out to me, you can do that. Or if you just want to tell me here which of those domains you would like to get. Getting a lot of reactions from all these folks. So thank you guys for doing that. To jump in is wonderful. We really appreciate it. Yeah, Stephen Cruz is so close.
Next time, Steve.
When I deleted out his name, it went to you. So
go back. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the runner up for sure. So
yeah, I've just messaged Walt to let him know anyway. So hopefully he'll pick that up and be in touch with you very
congratulations to
soon.
Walt.
Yeah, awesome.
And good. So last chance to ask any questions that you might have about the things we've talked about or other things that are on your mind. Feel free to ask some questions. Otherwise, we're gonna end the show for today and call it a Sunday live. But so many great things happening. If anybody wants to get access to, big thanks. Walter says thank you, my friend, for being a part of the show, and reach out to me on the school community and we'll get you hooked up with the domain.
He's choosing
And
A. He's choosing A.
all
I like
right.
A. Big
Oh,
thanks.
okay,
Yeah, there you
cool.
go, Walter.
Let's go back and see what A was. Wood flooring prices.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Wood flooring prices goes to Walter. Reach out to me and we'll get your, it's on GoDaddy. So we'll go ahead and forward it over to you on GoDaddy. And same thing goes for Rod A. I think that we talked about, or Rod K. We talked about one of the domains for you, and we'll get that over to you as quick as we can here. Having puppies in the mix and school vacation this week and everything else, it's just been, and then MWB and everything else, it's just been
just
a
a few
crazy.
things. Just a few things.
Your domain's not going anywhere. We're going to make sure it gets to you. So if it's more than 2 weeks and it's on me, don't worry about it. We'll make sure you get it. If it's more than 2 to 4 weeks and you just don't bother to claim it after we talk about it, and then it sort of goes back into the pile to be given away again. But yeah, so congratulations,
awesome,
everybody, for being a part of this, because I think you're going to pick up some knowledge. Again, if you're interested in the enterprise plan to get access to MWB, the only way in is through being an enterprise user of Mass.page. So if you're already enterprise, congratulations, you're in good shape. If you want to be enterprise, reach out to me and we'll try to get the right plan or whatever for you to be that. And like I said, there is a way to get the lifetime right now, but that will be closing very soon. So all right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Any other questions? We're good.
No, just people saying thank you. Yeah, so yeah, great to see you, great to see everyone. So yeah, good show and enjoyed that. Yeah, see you next week, I guess.
Thanks. See you guys next week. Bye
now.